मुझे अपने रंग में रंग खुदा, मुझे अपने रंग में रंग खुदा।
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन, नहमदुहु व नसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम, बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। My dear respected brothers and elders, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has given us two very great ni'mas. Number one, He has made us Muslims. Who is a Muslim? Who recites the kalima, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasul. And in hadith it says, Man qala la ilaha illallah mukhlisan dakhalul jannah. Person who recites kalima with ikhlas will enter into Jannah. And the other ni'mah Allah has given us, that He has made us from the ummah of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This meaning of hadith, that Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that Jannat is haram for all nabis till I enter into it. And Jannat is haram for all ummats till my ummat enters into it. So this ummah has been given high position, high rank. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself praises this ummah. Kuntum khayra ummatin. You're the best of the people. So we need to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One gratefulness is to say Alhamdulillah. But the real gratefulness is to show by our amal, by our actions. You see, that really Allah, we are grateful to you. And what is that? That is to involve ourselves in the work for which we have been sent. Our time, our money, our energy, our fikr. When we involve ourselves completely in the work of da'wat, in the work of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that will be expressing gratitude. Today, unfortunately, the ummah has forgotten its responsibility. This ummah was sent to show the way to the rest of humanity. And unfortunately, we ourselves are lost. Muslims are not praying, Muslims are not fasting. Muslims are doing all kinds of activities. Hazrat Maulana Ilyas Sahib Rahmatullah Alayh, he saw that dawat has stopped. There is no dawat. There is no dawat, there is no khuruj. And ilm is confined within the boundaries of a madrasa, where majority are children. You see? And tazkiyah, islah, purification, is in the homes of big mashayikhs, in khankas. So he saw that the awam, the common people, they are deprived of deen, they are away from the deen. So his fikr was how the common people can come onto the deen, how they can live their lives according to the kalima. This was his fikr. So after a lot of mujahada and after a lot of crying before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened this work to him. And he went to the big alim in Delhi, Mufti Kifayatullah Sahib Rahmatullah alayhi, and said, Mufti Sahib, this is the way I want to do the work. There will be ta'aleem, there will be tashkil, there will be khuruj. People will go out in the path of Allah. Mufti Sahib said, Kaam to bada acha hai, karega kaun? What you're saying is good work, but who's going to do it? Who will leave their families? Who will leave their businesses? So Mawlana Ilyas Sahib Rahmatullah alayhi, he didn't say anything. He went to Mewat, which is a village area. People were illiterate. People were away from the deen. You see? And he made a lot of effort and he made a Jamaat. And he sent it to the masjid of Mufti Kifayatullah Sahib. When Mufti Kifayatullah Sahib saw this Jamaat, big turban, big baggage and rustic people from the village, he says, what are these people? So they said, Maulana Ilyas has sent them. So Mufti Sahib said, Ab kahega kaun? That time he said, Karega kaun? When he saw the Jamaat, he said, Ab kaun kya kahega? Because he's proven that people can go out in the path of Allah. He has demonstrated. So from that time, Jamaat started moving. You see? And Maulana Ilyas Sahib, when the first Jamaat came out, he said, Inqilab ho gaya. A revolution has taken place. You see? And he sent first Jamaats to big ulama places. Kandala, Thana Bhavan, Gango. And he told the Jamaat, look, you're going to ulama, they're going to catch you and say, why have you come to us? You don't know anything. And some of them couldn't even recite the kalama. He said, you tell them this, that it's true, we don't know anything, we've come out to learn, but we have done one thing. What's that? We have left our homes and our families only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then the ulama used to accept, yes, this sunnah was dead. Maulana Ilyas Sahib Rahmatullah has made it alive. Going out in the path of Allah. Khuruj fi sabilillah. So we have gathered, my dear brothers, to revive it in our own selves and revive it in the rest of humanity. As long as there will be haraka, movement, khuruj, the deen will spread. And when there will be no khuruj, then even the Muslims cannot remain Muslims. They leave Islam. As it happened in Spain, as it happened in Russia. And here in England, our elders told us that Juma namaz used to be made on Sundays. Juma namaz? Which day? Why? Because Sunday is a holiday, Friday no holiday. And they didn't have the strength of Iman to take 2 hours off for Jummah. But when Jamaat started coming and giving them dawat and taking them in the environment of Jamaat, alhamdulillah, slowly people started doing the work of dawat, and now, mashallah, I don't know how many masjids in England. How many? About 3,000 masjids, and many places I witnessed they're having 2-3 Jummas. What happened? Dawat started. You see? And then madrasas started coming up, masjid started coming up. This is the force of Dawat, brothers. So today we have gathered for a special reason. Who has been called? Not the old workers, not the new workers, not the ulama. Who have been called? Masjidwar Jamat. Masjidwar Jamat has been called. Now this is very important. We have to understand this. That our elders want the work to come to the masjid level. Not halqa, not shab guzari, not, zones. Masjidwar. You see? Because that's the production unit. The masjid. People will come to the masjid, they will make mashwara, they will sit in talim, they will make efforts to make the masjid abad for 24 hours. As it was in the time of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the Sahaba, as was the Masjid al-Nabawi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So if each one of us, if we come here, it's not just come and listen to some nice lectures and muzakiras and then go back home. It's about making a decision that this is my real work. I have been made for this, I have been sent for this. I have not been sent for, shops and business and trade and farming. These are not the object of my life. These are necessities of life. Doing business is a necessity. Doing shop is a necessity. Farming is a necessity. Allah could have given me rizq in some other manner also. You can sacrifice necessity for the object, but you cannot sacrifice the object for the necessities. That's why the Sahaba Ridwanullah Ajma'in, who are our examples, they sacrifice their farms, they sacrifice their shop, they sacrifice being with their wives and children. They had only one concern, how deen will be established. And they made fikr for that, and they gave their time for that, and they spent their money for that. To such an extent that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala announces in the Quran, I am pleased with them and they are pleased with me. You see? So if we want to please Allah, we have to emulate the Sahaba. If we want to be raised with the Sahaba in the Day of Judgment, then we have to emulate them, we have to follow them. Because in Hadith it says, you will be raised with those people whom you follow. So who are we following? Is our time being spent where Sahaba spend their time? Is our money being spent where Sahaba spend their money? If that is so, then that is emulating the Sahaba. But if we are spending our time where the Sahaba didn't spend their time, and we are spending our money where the Sahaba didn't spend their money, then how will we raise with them? If spending of my time resembles spending of time of other people, spending of my money resembles the spending of money of other groups of people, then I'll be raised with them. You see? So Sahaba Ridwanullah Ajma'in, Maulana Yusuf Sahib Rahmatullah Alayhi, he made a calculation. 10 years Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam spent in Madinatul Munawwara. And in this 10 years, he sent out approximately 150 Jamats in the path of Allah. And in 25, 26 times, he himself accompanied those Jamats. Some had large number, some had small number, some went far, some went near, some went for long time, some went for short time. So taking all this into account, Maulana Yusuf Sahib Rahmatullah calculated Sahaba on the average were spending 4 months in the path of Allah every year. That is why our elders are saying that spend 4 months every year. How many people in this majlis have already spent 4 months? Can I see? MashaAllah. And those who have not yet spent 4 months, they have near to spend 4 months? Huh? And those who have already spent 4 months, and those who have not yet spent 4 months, make niyat that we'll spend 4 months every year. Inshallah? For this we have to make da'wat, we have to give, we have to cry before Allah, because this is big tawfiq. Unless Allah gives us tawfiq, we cannot do any good deed. We cannot even take a step towards any good deed if Allah does not give us tawfiq. We cannot even say Alhamdulillah unless it's the tawfiq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have to ask Him. Oh Allah, make it easy for me. I have business, I have shop, I have wife, children, all these things. I have a job, they don't give me leave. But Allah is above all these things. So we ask Him. And make dua at the time when duas are accepted. Like after Fard Salat. In Jummah today, in Jummah there is a period where dua is accepted. Time of Tahajjud, dua is accepted. Time of Iftar, dua is accepted. So we choose those times and we ask Allah. Between Iqamat and Azan, the dua is accepted. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My time is still 6:45. Just remind me 10 minutes before that. So Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the tawfiq to gather here today. Many brothers were there who couldn't come. But Allah gave us this, so we be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And my dear respected brothers, this time and age is time of fitna. You see? Sometimes your job is a fitna, sometimes your family is a fitna, sometimes you yourself is a fitna for yourself. You see? The only answer is that we be strong on this work. People will say do this, people will say do that, people will say don't do this. But we will be, if as long as we are on ita'at, we are safe. You see? What was the difference between Adam alayhi salam also made a mistake. Shaitan also made a mistake. What was the difference? Adam alayhi salam made tawbah. Shaitan didn't make tawbah. He was arrogant. You see? Not only that, he challenged that, oh Allah, I am going to Jahannam, I'll take Bani Adam with me. I'll take the children of Adam with me. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you will not be able to take my mukhlis slaves. Illa al-ibadul mukhlisun. Those who have ikhlas, you will not be able to take them. That's why in our efforts that we make on the qualities, ikhlas is very important. You see? Big people, shaheed, alim, philanthropist, They'll be brought before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they will say, Ya Allah, we did everything for you. Allah will say, no, you did it for name, and you did it for fame, and you did it for people who will say, oh, he's such a brave person. You didn't do it for me, and they'll be sent to Jahannam. So we should ask Allah for ikhlas. You see? And we should ask Allah that we can stay on ita'at, on obedience. This is the first lesson we learn in Tabligh, obey the Amir. You see? Sometimes the boss is Ma'mur and his subordinate is Amir. So the boss obeys the Amir in the same, workplace. So how will we be on ita'at? Every brother should be joined to the mashwara of his masjid. He should run his life and his activities and his dawah by the mashwara of the masjid. And every masjid should be under the mashwara of the halaqah. And every halaqah should be under the mashwara of the city. And every city should be joined to Dewsbury. And Dewsbury should be joined to Nizamuddin. This is our chain of command. As long as we are like this, inshallah ta'ala, Allah will take work from us. You see? So there will be today and tomorrow and Friday, Sunday, when is dua? Last masjid will be after Zuhr and then dua. So this time, brothers, we humbly request you, don't waste it. You see, people have come from overseas just to make muzakara with you. Huh? So we should not be involved in any gossip, any other activity, any other fikr. Huh? We should be involved in ijtimai amal. And shaitan will say, oh, read Surah Yasin. Or he will say, you have, qaza salat to complete. Make some salat. Why? Because if he can remove you from ijtimai amal and join you in infiradi amal, then he has succeeded. Because example is given that the rewards you will get from ijtimai amal is like the ocean. And the rewards you will get compared to the ijtimai amal, if you do infiradi amal, is like few drops of the ocean. You see? So we should manage ourselves in such a way, our eating, our rest, our, wuzu, stinja, all these things, that we are there from ijtimai amal from, if it says 5:45, we should be here 40 minutes to 6. You see? Talab. Allah likes to see talab in us. How much thirst we have for this. You see? But it's not language, it's not, whatever is being said. It's what Allah puts in our hearts according to the talab that we have. You see? So inshallah ta'ala, brothers, this is our humble request that please, everybody should be here when the ijtimai amal is, and after every salat we're having ijtimai amal, right? Even before salat, like right now. So it will be announced from the member, and we should be particular about that. And we should help other brothers also. He wants to sleep, no brother, come. Join the amal, you sleep later. You want to go and buy Some things said, no, not now. We try, because here, look, we have a place to sleep here, we have a place to eat here, we have a place to take care of our toiletries, we have everything here. We don't have to go out. Shaitan will try to take us out to the market. You see? And I'm telling you, the noor we gather in the masjid in a day or two, 5 minutes in the marketplace, it's all gone. So we involve ourselves in ijtimai amal, and we involve ourselves in infiradi amal, not in the time of ijtimai amal. In between time that we get, we should be particular about our nawafils, we should be particular about reading the Quran, we should be particular about doing our zikr. You see? And the rest of the time, we should try to give as much as possible to infiradi dawat. You see? Sit with the brothers, sit with two brothers, give them dawat. Prepare them to go cash. People come here for muzakara. The majlis of tabligh is not only a bayan and waz, brothers. Nice lecture. No, we have to produce jamats from here. We need cash people to go out in the path of Allah in every single majlis that we have. This should be all of us should have this fikr. You see? That's why when in the masjid of Medina, people used to be gathered for salat when the azan used to be called. When they used to hear the call of the azan, whatever they were doing, in shop or in the field or transaction, they used to stop it there and come to the masjid for salat. And another announcement used to be made in the streets of Medina, as-salatu jamia. So everybody knew that there is some taqaza of deen. They used to leave whatever they were doing and come to the masjid. And when the taqaza is to be placed before them, they were ready to go. Not 4 months and 40 days. As long as it takes to fulfill that taqaza, then you come back. So this gathering should produce cash people going in the path of Allah. Going to foreign countries, going to nearby countries, going all over England, going in Paidal Jamats. These are the taqazas. You see? So we prepare each other in infiradi dawat. The brother is not ready, he didn't come for that. But you inspire him and you convince him and you give him the fazilat of going in the path of Allah. The Sahaba, why they were ready? Because they heard fazilat from Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam himself. That I go in the path of Allah and I become shaheed. Allah gives me life again I go in the path of Allah and I become shaheed. Again if He gives me life, again I go in the path of Allah and I become shaheed. You see? Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam inspired the Sahaba. And the Sahaba were ready. Abdullah ibn Rawaha radiyallahu anhu, Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam sent the Jamat to Muta. And he said, Jafar will be Amir. Zaid will be Amir. If Zaid becomes Shaheed, Jafar will be Amir. If Jafar becomes Shaheed, Abdullah ibn Rawaha will be Amir. If Abdullah ibn Rawaha becomes Amir, then you make mashura amongst yourself and make an Amir. So Abdullah radiallahu anhu understood that he is not coming back. So he stayed back for Jummah. And the Jamaat went in the morning. Rasulullah said, Abdullah, you didn't go? He said, Ya Rasulullah, I have a fast camel or horse. I will catch up with my Jamaat. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, how far have they gone? He said, they've gone about half a day. So Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that you will enter Jannat 500 years after them. He didn't stay back for any worldly reason. His last Jummah, Masjid-e-Nabawi Jummah, praying behind Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. These are all dini taqazas, but it was infiradi. And the Jamaat was going, this was ijtimai. In another riwayah it says that if you spend all the wealth of the world, you will not be able to equal them. So we have to prepare each other to go in the path of Allah. Inshallah? Yeah. We want, mashallah, this is all brothers of London and surrounding areas, right? Huh? Each area you should sit and say, okay, how many Jamaats we can give from this majma? Huh? You say, bhai, maina to chilla ho gaya. All right, you're giving a chilla, but now they're asking for 3 chilla. You see? There was a time when 40 days appeared impossible. 3 days appeared impossible. And now people are, mashallah, giving 4 months, giving 4 months a year. Inshallah, we will do this. So no going out as far as possible. I mean, if there's an emergency, okay, you go. But then otherwise, just don't go out for the sake of going out. Stay in the environment. These are, you see, brothers, it's called Noorani Amal. These amals that we're being involved in, talim and dawat and zikr and ibadah, these are Noorani amals. What does that mean? That this gives the noor of hidayat in your heart. Gives the noor of hidayat in your heart. And other people also get affected by these amals. I'll give you an example. Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu was going, na'uzubillah, to take the head of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But when somebody met him and said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Muhammad. He said, take care of your family first. Your sister has become Muslim. Your sister's husband has become Muslim. So he changed course and he went to the house of his sister. And that time he heard that Fatima bint Khattab, his sister and her husband, Sayyid radiallahu anhu, and another Sahaba, Khubayb, they were making talim in the house. They were making talim in the house. That time the ayat of Parda was not there in Makkah. So he heard this and he knocked and he started beating them that you have left your deen. He beat his sister's husband, beat his sister. And what did she say? You do anything, we have become Muslim. You can do anything. This is dawat. So first thing he's confronted with is dawat, then talim. You see? In one riwayah, Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu says that I beat my sister Fatima so much that she fell unconscious. And I was so tired that I fell asleep. When I woke up, I saw my sister praying and crying. He said, this vision softened my heart. And I said, take me to Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. There he went and became Muslim. So there was dawat, there was talim, there was ibadat. Changed his heart. Hinda, whole day she sat in her house thinking, oh, now the Muslims, when Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam conquered Makkah, what they're going to do to us? Because we have, persecuted them for so many years. She stayed in the house whole day. In the night she came out to see what's the condition. All the streets were empty. There was no fighting, there was no looting, there was no nothing. So she kept on walking till she came in front of the Kaaba. And then she saw the Sahaba. They were in salat, they were in dua, they were in sajda, they were making tawaf. This amal affected her. And she went to Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and she accepted Islam. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam asked, she had niqab on. He said, "Are you Hinda?" She said, "Yes." Then she said, "Ya Rasulullah, before this day your tent, your khima was the most hateful to me. But after today, it has become the most beloved to me." So these amal brings hidayat, brothers. The Sahaba Ridwanullah Ajmain is not, it's not only, sometimes we think in Masjid Nabawi these were the amals. No, these amals were present in Makkatul Mukarramah from the day one. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam put the Sahaba to dawat and put them to talim and zikr and ibadat and khidmat. 13 years they did these amals. You see? And what was the result? Their iman increased, their amal became better, their akhlaq improved. And they got the ability to obey Allah. Why we don't obey Allah today? Because our iman is weak. And by giving dawat, their iman increased. You see? So we also have to do the same thing. Involve ourselves in dawat and talim and zikr and ibadat and khidmat. That's why the Masjid Jamaat is called. That these are the amals we have to practice. You see? On a daily basis. Not just once in a while. Unfortunately, all over the world is the same thing, brothers. There is not enough seriousness about giving time daily. We are serious about going to job daily, going to school daily, going to work daily, all the, dunya activities, we are very serious. But about deen, which is million times more valuable and million times more, beneficial, we're not doing it. We give 2.5 hours one day, then we miss the next day. What happened? I had to take my wife to shopping. Please, you keep your time exclusive for masjid. Exclusive. Unless you're so sick that you cannot get up. The time we give for our daily efforts, it should be every day. Rain, sunshine or snow. Who's ready for that? Huh? And for this you don't have to be, teen chilla wala and chilla wala. Huh? Person who is not given any time can come and give time in the masjid. Because actually, the Masjid Jamaat is all the brothers who come to pray in the masjid. They are our Masjid Jamaat. It's the brothers who have some fikr, they will slowly involve everyone. You see? So the newest brother can spend time in the masjid every day. Can go in gush with you every day. Can bring people from the bazaars and the shops and from the homes to the masjid every day. Everybody can do this. It's so simple. And it's nothing new. You see, Sahaba has done it. Maulana Ilyas has asked us to make Masjid Abad. Maulana Yusuf Sahab has asked us to make. It's written these things are. Mawlana Anwar Hasan Sahab has said. He used to say, Qurun Ula wali qurbani se dawat zinda hogi. और जब दावत जिंदा होगी तो मस्जिदें आबाद होंगी. Nothing new, this thing. Now our elders in Nizamuddin, they are trying to implement what our elders have said in the past. That's all. So how many masjids are abad 24 hours in England? Or in London, sorry. Alhamdulillah, yesterday we spoke to the brothers who were there in Christian Street, and about how many masjids? Anybody was there? At least 7-8 masjids, brothers, they made niyat that they will try and make their masjid alive for 24 hours. So we have niyat also, brothers? Huh? Because Masjid Nabawi was alive 24 hours. Even now there is azan of tahajjud in Makkah and Medina. Mana Yusuf Sahib used to say, when this azan used to be called in the middle of the night, as if it was an announcement, those of you who are at home, come to the masjid. Those of you who are in the masjid, go to your homes. Shift. Huh? So Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam started this shift 1400 years ago in Masjid Nabawi. Only maybe 100 or 200 from years from now, the people of dunya said, oh, this is a very good system. So they made factories 24 hours alive. They made shops 24 hours alive. They made petrol stations 24 hours alive. And they made hospitals 24 hours alive, hotels 24 hours alive, bus stations, train stations, airports, all 24 hours. Well, where it started, we put a lock on it. Started in the masjid. Our masjids are closed. Huh? And these places are doing 24 hours alive business. So we should make strong resolve from here. When we go back, we sit up with our brothers in the masjid, make mashwara, and try to make our masjid alive for 24 hours, on a 24 hours basis. Where there will be zikr, where there will be tilawat al-Quran, where there will be ta'aleem, where there will be gasht, all the activities. Inshallah ta'ala we'll do this, brothers. Kitna baj gaya? So we gather here for fikr, so that our fikr can increase. We gather here so that we can be more and more inspired to do this work. You see? Maulana Ilyas Sahib Rahmatullah used to say, "Ye karne awwal ka hira hai." This is the jewel of the first century of Islam. और हाजी अब्दुल वहाब साहब रहमतुल्लाह अलैह used to say, Allah किससे काम लेगा? Everybody wants to do the work. But what kind of people Allah will accept their work from? He used to say, जो अपने को कुछ नहीं समझता. The person who thinks I am nothing, Allah will take work from him. And the person who thinks, oh, I am old worker and I am, experienced and I have gone to so many countries. I am big professor, I am big alim, I am big doctor. He said, there is smell of takabbur in these things. Arrogance. And in takabbur it comes in hadith that if somebody has takabbur to a mustard seed, as much as that, he will not get the fragrance of Jannah. Oh, I am something. Or Maulana Sayyid Ahmad Khan Sahib Rahmatullah Alayhi used to say that I don't know how to make ta'aleem, I don't know how to give bayan, I don't know how to make mashwara, I am learning this work. I am learning this work. So we should all try to learn this work, and we should all try to follow the usuls of this work. You see? We're not free to do anything we want to. If something comes in our hearts, we place it in mashwara. We run our lives according to the mashwara of our elders. Then we are safe. You see? एक होता है मशवरा, एक होता है इजाजत. You go and whisper something in the ears of the Amir Sahib, can I do this? Amir Sahib, not this. This is not mashwara. This is ijazat. We want to bring the work to mashwara. In some ghazwa, one Sahabi, he saw that, this all food is finished. So he took permission from Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and he started to slaughter the camels so that he could, feed the people. Umar ad-Din said, what are you doing? He says, mashwara ho gaya. He says, no, you come with me. And he took him to Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Ya Rasulullah, you have told him this? He says, yes. But Ya Rasulullah, we are traveling, we are going to have battle. If every day he kills one camel, then we will be left without animals to fight. Rasul says, yes, you are right. Don't do that. Don't slaughter any animal. So bring the work to the mashwara. Don't fight amongst each other. You may have different opinions. Differences, opinions, okay. But you put it in mashwara. And then what the Amir decides, the Faisal decides, we forget our own right. You see? Then there will be love amongst each other. The biggest usul of this work is to have love and respect for each other. And the biggest usul of this work is to see the faults of the brothers. Oh, who is like this? Oh, he is doing that. And then you talk about it, which is ghibat. In hadith it says that if you see a fault of a brother, and then you express it to others, you will not die before that fault comes in you. So be very careful with this. We don't want to see the faults of others people. We don't want to, express other people's faults. This is not our work. If you really care, or a lot of damage is being done by his not following the usul, we make dua for him. Instead of making dua, we talk to other people. Talk to Allah, don't talk to other people about it. Because nobody can fix it except Allah. And you don't have to answer for him. That's why in hadith it says, if you see something disagreeable in your Amir, make sabr. Make sabr. Don't do anything else. Inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. So, please brothers, once again reminder, we involve ourselves in ijtimai amal, and then we involve ourselves in infiradi amal, and then we involve ourselves in infiradi dawat, and then if you get some time, take some rest. May Allah give us tawfiq, inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.
We will give a couple of important announcements. Before that, kindly, this vehicle, YT67UGP, is actually incorrectly parked. It's a black Ford Galaxy, Addison Lee taxi car. Can you please remove it as soon as possible because it's in front of the gate and it's blocking the way for the others to come. Kindly, please remove the car YT67 UGP. It's a black Ford Galaxy, address is in taxi. And my respected brothers and sisters, 7 o'clock will be Asar Azan.